So we look at the solvay process, that is the large scale manufacture of the sodium carbonate. And we have the raw materials that we normally use for this process. One of them is ammonia, and we normally obtain ammonia from the other process. The other one is sodium chloride. The other one is coke. Coke will be used to give us the carbon dioxide. Then we have the limestone, that is the calcium carbonate, which also will be used to give us the carbon dioxide. Now, we have also another important factor which is required, that is water. Now, we have the solvay, we have the solvay tower, we can also call it the carbonator. So in this tower, we have the reaction taking place. We have the ammonia which is getting in that solvay process. This is the ammonia. We have the brine. This one is brine. So what is brine? Brine is sodium chloride which is saturated. Then we have the carbon dioxide gas which is coming from the clean. So the carbon dioxide is coming from the clean. So here at the clean, we have the decomposition of the calcium carbonate and also the burning of the coke. So let me write the equation. So this is the equation which will take place at the clean. So we have the calcium carbonate, that is the limestone, which will get decomposed to give the calcium oxide. We have the calcium oxide and the carbon dioxide gas. And then another reaction which will take place at the clean, we have the burning of the coke. Coke is carbon. So we have coke with oxygen gas to give us the carbon dioxide gas. So the two carbon dioxide which are being produced here from the decomposition of the calcium carbonate and the other one the burning of the coke will the one taken to the solvay tower. Now there at the solvay tower, let me write the equation which will take place, and as we write the equation we make sure the equation is balanced. So at the solvay tower, we have the solvay tower, the reaction taking place at the solvay tower. We have the sodium chloride, we have the carbon dioxide which is coming from the clean. We have water. Remember we said the brine is the saturated sodium chloride. And then we have the ammonia. So when these react, we shall have the sodium hydrogen carbonate. We have the sodium hydrogen carbonate. And then we have the ammonium chloride. We have the ammonium chloride solution which will be formed there. Now, here at the solvay tower, two products are being formed. I have said one of them is the sodium hydrogen carbonate and the ammonium chloride. So here we have the two products, that is the sodium hydrogen carbonate and the ammonium chloride. So we have the two of them. One is in solid form, the other one is in solution form. We do filter. We do the filtration here. We filter. Now, the sodium hydrogen carbonate will be the residue after filtering. So it gets dried. Then after getting dried, it gets decomposed. So when it gets decomposed, we have the sodium carbonate which will be produced. So the reaction here, we have the decomposition of the sodium hydrogen carbonate. Here it will get decomposed to form the sodium carbonate. We have the sodium carbonate plus the carbon 4 oxide gas, which will be recycled, and then we have the water, which will also be recycled. And then we make sure the equation is balanced. We have 2 sodium. We have to make the other sodium also on the other side to be 2. So you can see everything is balanced there in that equation. Then from there we go back at this chamber where the filtration took place. So we got the sodium hydrogen carbonate. After the filtration, we have done the decomposition to get the sodium carbonate. Now we go back to ammonium chloride. We have the ammonium chloride, which will be the filtrate. Now we have another chamber here, and this ammonium chloride will be brought there. Then let me also talk about this chamber of green. If we go back to the equations, we have this product in the green. We have the calcium oxide, we have the carbon dioxide, and the other one. These ones were used. Now what about the calcium oxide here? The calcium oxide, which is being produced there at the clean, we slake using water. We combine that calcium oxide with water. Now after combining the calcium oxide with the water, we get the calcium hydroxide. Now we have the calcium hydroxide there, which will be taken to that chamber so that the ammonium chloride react with that calcium hydroxide. So when the two react, let me write this equation there. The reaction of the ammonium chloride, we have the ammonium chloride, we have the calcium hydroxide, These ones, when they react, we get the calcium chloride. We have the calcium chloride. We have water. Water will also be recycled here in the process. And then we have the ammonia. Ammonia will also be recycled here because we need it for the reaction to take place at the solvay tower. So then we make sure it is balanced. We have to balance the equation. So we have the chloride here. We have to make them 2 because the chlorine is 1 here. So we have 2, and then we have the number of hydrogen. So we'll have to put 2 here and the other one. So we have the ammonium chloride reacting with the calcium hydroxide to get the calcium chloride, the water, and ammonia. So now we go back here. We have a byproduct, which is the calcium chloride. We have this one as the byproduct, the calcium chloride. And this calcium chloride is the only product which is not recycled if you look at all these equations. And this one has many uses. We can use it for drying. It is used for drying. Now that is the solvay process, which we have made it simpler for you.